Imagine this. You wake up one morning and sense something is off. The air hums with an invisible current, a silent force tugging at your decisions, your moods, even the way people look at you. You brush it off. Just fatigue, just coincidence. But then it happens again and again. A stranger's glare lingers too long. A conversation shifts tone without reason. Luck bends in ways that defy logic. What if these weren't random events? What if you were feeling, but not yet seeing, the hidden architecture of energy manipulation? We dismiss it as pseudoscience, coincidence, or paranoia. Yet every culture whispers of it. Prana, Kai, the subtle body. Even physics hints at it. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. So why do we pretend we're not part of this exchange? Why do we act as if our thoughts, emotions, and presence don't ripple through the world? The real question isn't whether energy manipulation exists, it's whether you've been asleep to it. And if so, what happens when you wake up? The resistance to this truth runs deep, not because it's false, but because it's dangerous. Carl Jung warned of the shadow, the repressed parts of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. What if the greatest shadow isn't personal, but collective? A refusal to admit that we are never passive observers, but always participants in an invisible exchange of influence. Nietzsche saw it first. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted, not as nihilism, but as a terrifying liberation. If energy is malleable, then every resentment, every moment of envy, every spark of inspiration is a transaction, one most never account for. Society trains us to externalize power, blame the system, the stars, the past. But what if the system is us? What if the stars bend to the weight of human intention, as ancient astrologers insisted? Schopenhauer called it the will, the blind, pulsing force beneath reality. Huxley foresaw a world drugged into forgetting it. And Sartre? He knew the horror of true responsibility. If you shape your reality, then every suffering you endure is, in some way, a choice. The question isn't can you manipulate energy? It's why haven't you stopped pretending you don't? The most insidious lie is that this force doesn't matter, that your bitterness dies with you, that your fear only poisons your own mind. But neuroscience confirms, emotions alter biology. Social dynamics prove, moods are contagious. History screams, ideas manifest empires. Every suppressed rage, every unspoken dream, every silent resignation feeds the unseen current that shapes reality. Cognitive biases blind us. The fundamental attribution error lets us blame others while excusing our own toxic energy. Confirmation bias traps us in loops. Expect hostility, and you'll summon it. Culture conditions us to mock what it can't control, labeling energy work as woo, while weaponizing it in advertising, propaganda, and social engineering. The consequences? A world where most live as sleepwalkers, their untapped power leaking into collective anxiety, helplessness, and dissonance. Your exhaustion isn't just yours. The tension in the room isn't accidental. The way certain people drain you or ignite you isn't random. You are always participating. The only choice is whether to do it consciously or to remain a pawn in someone else's game. The clock is ticking. Every moment you deny this, the current drags you deeper. But there's a way out, if you dare. The first law of energy is this: what you resist persists, fighting fatigue with caffeine, loneliness with scrolling, rage with suppression. These aren't solutions, they're surrenders. Real power begins when you stop numbing and start conducting. Ancient mystics and modern physicists agree, vibration precedes form. Your body isn't a prison, it's an antenna. Test it. Next time dread creeps in, don't distract yourself. Sit with it, then shift it. Breathe deeper, stand taller. Hum until your chest resonates. Watch how the world mirrors you back. History's outliers knew this secret. Tesla tapped into the Earth's frequency. Jung conversed with his unconscious. The monks who levitated, they weren't defying gravity, they were harmonizing with it. Your tools are already here. Voice, lies shrink when spoken aloud. Try it. Posture, chronic slouching tells the universe you expect defeat. Environment, clutter is stagnant energy. Light a candle and witness the shift. This isn't metaphysics, it's physics. You've been broadcast your whole life. Time to choose the signal. Here's the revelation that changes everything. You are never manipulating energy. You are energy, the separation was the illusion. Every act of self-improvement that starts from self-loathing will fail. Every attempt to manifest from desperation leaks power. True mastery begins when you realize your thoughts don't attract reality. They are the first draft of reality. The moment you stop trying to get energy and start recognizing you are energy, the game changes. Dostoevsky wrote, "Above all, don't lie to yourself. This is why. Deceive yourself, and you distort the field. But align your inner state with brutal honesty. That's when synchronicities ignite. Doors open. People reflect your clarity back to you. The final truth is simple. You've been waiting for permission. Stop waiting. The current was yours all along. Now, flow. The most terrifying and liberating truth is this. You have always been the conductor of your reality. You just didn't know it. Every moment of suffering, every stroke of luck, every inexplicable connection was not random, but a reflection of the energy you emitted, consciously or not. This is why the elites guard this knowledge, why spirituality is diluted into empty positivity, and why science dismisses what it cannot yet measure. Because a person who realizes their energetic sovereignty cannot be controlled. Dostoevsky warned, "Man is a creature who can get used to anything but you. You are never meant to just get used to life. You are meant to shape it. The anxiety you feel, that's your power straining against the leash of ignorance. The synchronicities you dismiss, that's reality whispering back. Here's the final key. Stop seeking and start recognizing. You don't need more energy. You are energy. The universe isn't something you manipulate. It's something you converse with. Every thought, every emotion, every silent intention is a ripple in the fabric of existence. So ask yourself, what have you been broadcasting? And more importantly, what will you change now that you know? The choice is yours. The current is waiting. Step into the flow.